Howdy and welcome back. It's happy haircut day for me. Went and had my haircut. Well, today I'm drinking a Heineken 0.0 and I'll let you know why in a little bit. But first of all, just to give you an update on the other beers that I'm brewing. The experimental beer, the one where I'm just using hop extract, that's taking forever to ferment, and I think it's because I left it too long in the fermenter. So I used the wild yeast and it does drop out very quick, and not a lot went into the bottles. In fact, when I hold the bottle up I can see my hand through it, so it's pretty clear already, but they're still a little soft. They're getting more solid, but they're still a little soft, and I tried one and it was a little bit on the flat side, so it needs another week, and then I'll just move them out here for conditioning for a week or so. The Abbot Ale's done, that's conditioning now, and I hope to get a review side by side with a modern day Abbot Ale, because this is using the 1970s recipe, if you remember. So I can do a side-by-side test of those probably in the next few days over the weekend. Today's Thursday, by the way, for me, but I can get them. I could probably do a review of that at the weekend because it's finished. I can buy a bottle of Abbot Ale and we can do a side-by-side and see if there's a big difference between the 1970 recipe and the modern day version. And then the coffee ale, that's finished, and I'm going to be transferring that to a pressure barrel. This weekend I'm going to try a pressure barrel. So I'll give it a week or two to carb and pressurise, and then I'll move that out here and it can condition for a week or two in a cooler environment. So that's how my brews are doing at the moment. Oh, and I put the Mangrove Jack's Pilsner on as well. That was one of those October Black Friday deals that I bought, and I put that on. That should be ready in perhaps another week in the fermenter, and then a couple of weeks after that. So there's still a lot of brews coming up on the channel. So Heineken 0.0. The reason I'm drinking this is because I had a shock this week, and the shock was I weighed myself for the first time. Must be 5-6 weeks, and I was 107 then, and I was a bit concerned. Well, I'm 110 now, so I've put on another 3 kilograms in less than a couple of months, and I've said, right, that's it, finished. And it can only be 2 things, because I eat quite healthily, except sometimes I do miss dinners if I'm working, and it's a busy day. I may just have an evening meal. So I'm now making sure I also have a breakfast. But really I think it's down to 2 things. One is I don't move enough because I work from home. So I move very little usually. I've worked from home now for 4.5 years, and I think it's showing. The reason I weighed myself was that I'm finding that my joints are just starting to get stiff. Getting up out of a chair, and you can feel it, your hips and your lower back. And I think it's just because I haven't moved for so long. You just get up in the morning, you have a shower, you go to your desk, and you spend 8 or 10 hours a day sat there. And then you just come downstairs in the evening, have something to eat and watch TV. So that lack of movement, I think, hasn't helped with the weight. And also, of course, beer. So what I'm planning to do is, first of all, cut down a lot on how much alcohol I drink, because alcohol has calories. So maybe keep it to 4 or 5 pints over the weekend, and if I want another beer, if I'm having a nice lunch, especially with spring, coming, and summer, if I want to go out and sit in the garden, have a nice lunch, I'll choose a 0.0 or one of the low alcohol ones, 0.5%, because these have virtually no calories. I think this is about 20 calories, so very low calorie. So that's going to be my plan, is to cut down on the drinking, but also to move more. And what I've bought is a treadmill desk, and I try and do 2 hours walking a day whilst I'm working. So it's a desk, but there's a treadmill underneath, and you can put your laptop on the desk, and I've got it set where I do 1 step a second. So it's still a very slow pace, but that means I can actually type, operate a mouse and work. But it also means I can count my steps very easily, because 2 hours is 7,200 seconds, so that's 7,200 steps. And I've done that, or the minimum, for that day whilst I've been on the treadmill. And I'm going to try and aim for 10,000 steps a day. So also I find that even if I stay at the treadmill desk, even though I'm not walking, I'm just standing, I just move more. You just seem to naturally move more when you stood up. So I'm going to try and restrict the time I spend sat down at like a normal desk level to just half an hour at the most. Now it could be 2 or 3 half hours during the day, but I won't stay sat at a desk for longer than half an hour. In between, I'll either be walking or I'll be standing. So that should help me move more. And of course, I won't be drinking as much. So that means, hopefully, I should be able to lose weight. Now, what is it? It's my birthday in about 5 weeks, and I'm 110 now. What I hope to get to is back to 107 for my birthday. So that's 3 kilograms in 5 weeks. And then what I'm hoping for is that by end of May, I can get below the 105 mark. So I'm sort of like on that downward slope towards 100 kilograms. And then by late summer, early autumn, I can break the 100 kilogram mark. My target weight is going to be 95 kilograms, so that's 15 kilograms I'm aiming to lose, and hopefully I can do that by this time next year. I'm not rushing this because I've heard if you try and rush losing weight, you put it on just as quick. So I'd sooner take my time and really make lifestyle changes, and they take weeks and months to bed in and become habit. So my goal really is to change my lifestyle rather than just losing weight. That's like a byproduct. It's about changing lifestyle, move more, become more active, drink less. So what I've decided to do, I'm still brewing, but what I've decided to do is my brews, when I'm doing extract brews, the boils, the partial mashes, is brew half the amount. So rather than having 40 bottles, I'll just brew for 20 bottles. So instead of 23 litres, I'll be looking at something like a 12 litre batch. In fact, I've just bought a 15 litre fermenter for that purpose. So I'll interpolate all the weights and measurements down from the 23 litres to about 14, because you're going to lose a couple of litres in the boil. And then I'll just use whatever weights of hops or of malt that you need for that batch, and then that will get me 20 bottles. And 20 bottles, if I'm only drinking 4 or 5 at the weekend, that's still a month's worth of beer. So rather than it being 40 bottles, it's a month's worth of beer. Anyway, so that's my plan. let's see how it goes. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm actually going to enjoy this 0-0. You know, I've had these non-alcoholic beers in the past, and some of them have been absolutely rubbish. They taste like wort, but I must say this doesn't. I bought it because it's got some really good reviews on YouTube. So I bought 24 of them for, I think they were £16.99, $16.99 on Amazon. And the reviewers were saying this tastes remarkably similar to Heineken. They were doing like side-by-side taste tests. Now, that's something I might do actually. But I must say it doesn't taste that non-alcoholic. The thing that gives it away is it's very light-bodied, it's watery. It doesn't have that crisp, dry lager finish. There's a nice little bit of hop in the aroma. Sweet malts. Oh, don't talk while I'm swallowing. Sweet malts. That's pretty good. For variety, I also bought a slab of 24 Punk IP. No, sorry, the Nanny State, Brewdog's Nanny State, and I bought another slab of what was it now? Piston Head flat tire non-alcoholic version. So I've got a variety of different beers to drink and enjoy over the weeks. But yeah, this one actually is not bad. Surprising because, like I say, I've had some really terrible non-alcoholic, well, lager type beers. Okay. So thanks for watching. It's just been a bit of a vlog really, update. But hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.